Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadash, giving double honor to the apostle of this great millstone, peace and blessings to brothers pushing his truth and sincerity and abide above. All right, so brother in the Apostle Dash, coming at you guys with the lesson. All right, this time I'm talking about Israelite foreigners. And the reason why I got this up on the screen, this is Blake Griffin. To the left is his dad, and to the right is his mom. Now to the left, you see a dark-skinned man, not, the darkest of our nation, but he's on the darker side, right? And to the right, you got a ginger white woman. She had to look better back in the day too. Just to throw that out there, like he motherfucking Muppet. But but all end all be all, or not to say end all be all, but as you can see, him, the darkest man in the room right there, a man who's so-called black, Negro, so-called African American, who's an Israelite, had a baby with what seems to be an Edomite, and look at their son. All right, their son came out light, very, very light skinned, damn near pale, right? He even got the ginger hair. Now he got the waves, so you kind of can tell he a J because he got the waves. But you can look at him at first glance, you'll be kind of like, is that a nigga? But when you come down here, this is that same dude, but his son, he had a baby with a white woman. Now look at his son. His son would have passed for Adolf. Adolf Hitler would have let his son live. Excuse my rude speech, but hey, I'm just being honest. He doesn't look like an Israelite at all. When you first think of Israel, you think of somebody dark skinned with an afro. That's just the stereotype. Every Israelite is dark skinned with an afro, super muscular. This Israelite right here, because we seen his bloodline, right? Went back to a dark skinned man who probably had an afro back in the day. He was bald in the picture, but he probably had an afro in his heyday, But his grandson, right here with the blonde hair and white skin, that's an Israelite. Right? That's an Israelite, because we see where his bloodline go back to, according to Numbers 1 and 10. All right. This is 1 Samuel 16 and 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. To take it back to the top, it's like you say, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance. Countenance is the sight, appearance, or what is seen with the eye. Right? Or his height or his stature. You're going to have short Israelites that look like Moabites. And, Moab's short as hell. They be like 4 feet, 5 feet, all that shit. You're going to have Israelites scattered amongst them. You're going to have Israelites scattered amongst the Elamites. All of that. And they're going to have some of their genetics, so they're going to be a little bit shorter. Northern Kingdom, the Mexican man, so-called Mexican man, they're a little bit shorter than Judah. Not drastically, but they're definitely shorter than Judah on average. It's saying, because I have refused him, for the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. Now, the Lord was talking about King David right here, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But because everybody's looking at King David brothers, because King David was the little dude, ain't nobody, Samuel didn't look at him. But the Lord, eventually said, go look at Samuel. But this is a good example of people or, men, we use our eyes to see. We got the spiritual eye when you're in the truth, but off first glance, you see with your carnal eye, literally with your carnal eye. That's why you'll look at somebody white, man, he going into slavery. He could be an Israelite. Truth be told, he could be an Israelite. All right. It's saying, 2 Corinthians 10 and 7, do ye look on light that cut off on me. Goddamn. 2 Corinthians 10:7. Do ye look on things after the outward appearance? All right, because that's what people look at. They look at the outward appearance. But what about the inward? The inward would show you, if you was to hang around Blake Griffin, you would know, bro, this is a nigga. Whether it be through his wickedness or just the way he act regularly, you would know this is a nigga. All right. The way he played basketball alone, when you really look at his prime, the way he had dunked the ball, or he had spin around in the air, or he had run up on a nigga and dunk on him, that's some nigga shit. That's Jake. We know this because we can look at his dad and tell, like, his dad is not a Hamite. His dad is an Israelite, obviously. And if his dad is an Israelite, he's an Israelite by bloodline. And his son, this little blonde baby with blue eyes right here, that's an Israelite. No matter what his outward appearance is, he's an Israelite. You know, he has the right to repent. Right? This is Leviticus 26:33. And I will scatter you among the heathen and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate and your cities waste. Desolate means deserted of people. All right. Leviticus 26:33. I will scatter you. If we scattered, right? Let's say you just you an Israelite man and you went your own way. You ain't go with a group of Israelite men. You had to go your own way. What are you gonna do? You're gonna pop a heathen woman. Unless you live the rest of your life out in solitude, but then your seed, you're not gonna have no bloodline. Your bloodline's wiped out. As Israelites, it's our duty to, repopulate, keep the bloodline going. It's gonna happen because it's prophecy. Because we're in the prophecies in the later days. We're the chosen people. We were given certain promises, so we're gonna be here. Right? All right. But we scattered amongst the heathens, what I was getting at. I had lost thought for a second. But yeah, you got Israelite. Like, you can look it up now. You even see Israelite women, but I don't get into that. But you got Israelite man that's over there in Japan. Like, that's recently that moved there for the last 10 years. Black as hell. Over there making babies. After 3-4 generations, they look like Moabites because they're not keeping the same genetics as our people. Hey, and that's all right. So long as they, being taught who they is, as long as they know who they are. Because you have plenty of examples in the scriptures of Israelites who, I'm not going to say looked like heathens, but they lived in heathen lands, so they took the title of so-and-so the Hittite or so-and-so the Moabite. They just lived in the land of Moab. Or they lived in the land of Hit. Right? That's all that go back to. But to keep pushing forward with these verses. Isaiah 14:1, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them. Now, if the stranger going to be joined with us, we know that's not talking about the heathens because of Psalms, the 2nd chapter. Right? So that stranger's talking about those Israelite foreigners, the ones that don't look like us, the ones that don't know that they're Israelites, the ones that's scattered abroad. It's saying, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Those Israelite foreigners, they're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. That's what it's going to be. But all right, my break over. I got to get back to the plantation. I was just edifying, Blake Griffin's son is an Israelite. Blake Griffin is an Israelite. His father's an Israelite. Just looking back at these pictures, I hope it was edifying. All right. Hey, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakadash, giving up honor to the apostle, elders, great millstones, peace and blessings to much pushing truth and sincerity in the Bible bull.